This is the brand new Perodua Ativa, probably one of the most important cars launched in Malaysia this year. Now, it's only been on sale for a month, and already Perodua has sold close to 5,000 units and they've gotten about 15,000 bookings at the time we're filming now. So it's very popular. You've probably already read all about it. You might have seen a bunch of videos from other journalists, from owners, from YouTubers. So we're not going to waste your time with yet another video review. So this is a car targeted at first-time buyers, young drivers, and we have a couple of young interns on board, so we figured, why not give them some work? So let's hear what they have to say instead.
Hey everybody, I'm Sindhu, I'm 23 and I drive a Honda City.
Hi, my name is Arif. I'm 28 years old and I drive the Suzuki Alto.
So Sindhu, we know that the Ativa is available in a few different variants at different price points. So can you tell us a bit more about the car that we have with us today?
So today's model would be the Ativa AV variant, but without the two-tone exterior. So the price range starts at 61k. If you could top up a bit to 72k, you could get the AV variant. Extra 300 ringgit if you need a black roof, and you can tell all the variants apart from the chrome door handles. No matter which car you pick, you would still get the same LED headlight and the same engine across the board.
So speaking of engines, Arif, I hear you're a car guy. Can you prove it to us by maybe walking us through the Ativa's powertrain?
Sure, no problem. So basically, it's a 1 liter 3-cylinder engine but with a turbo. First, for a Perodua, it makes 98 PS and 140 Nm of torque. And the combined fuel consumption is roughly around 5.3 litre per 100 km. Very fuel efficient for a small family car. And other than that, it's also mated to one-of-a-kind CVT made by Daihatsu, known as DCVT or Dual Mode CVT. So basically, it's like a step CVT that can shift between conventional belt drive at low speed, then to gear drive at high speed.
So I've already had a go in this car, and one of my favorite things about the Ativa is the interior. I would like to tell you about it, but I'm off duty today. So, Sindhu, back to you.
So like any new car, there are standard features like the keyless ignition, USB ports in the front and at the back, and we've got soft leather seats. And it's pretty spacious in the front seat. The thing that I mostly like is the red highlights in this interior. It kind of gives that classy, sporty and yet a sexy look, especially with the silver touch. We also got a security window tint, a DVR, and it's total of 6 speakers in this car. Great audio system. And now for the rear seat. I think it's quite spacious, legroom is fine, headroom no problem, but I feel like the seat is too short, so if it's long distance travel, it could be painful. And now for the boot. We've got 303 litre of boot space. Need more space? Bring down the rear. And if you take a peek in, you'll find a full-size spare wheel. If you still are not satisfied with the boot space, you could still bring down this floor panel and get more space.
So it's a practical car, but which Perodua isn't? For the Ativa, I think the bigger talking point are its safety features and driver aids. And to tell you more about these features, Arif, over to you.
The best thing about the Ativa is that you don't necessarily need to spend 72k for the AV range topping variant just for ASA. Come, let me show you inside. So, as you can see, there's an ASA camera right here on the front windshield, which controls the pre-collision braking, pre-collision warning, front departure alert, and pedal miss operation control. The best thing is you will find this camera all the way from the base X variant up to the range topping AV variant. Also, if you want to spec your Ativa with adaptive cruise control, your cross traffic alert and blind spot monitor, you have to cough out 72k for the AV variant. And also, another best thing about the Ativa is that even for the base X variant, you still can spec stability control, ABS, 6 airbags, and traction control. All these features made Ativa one of the most affordable car with 5-star NCAP safety rating and level 2 autonomy.
I don't know about you guys, but I am personally quite impressed because I only gave them 24 hours to prepare. And more than that, they haven't even driven the car. So let's go for a drive and see if they have anything to add to their review. Jom! Okay, so guys, good job on your presentations earlier. You guys clearly did your homework. You guys clearly know the Ativa inside out. But now that you are actually behind the wheel, Arif, what do you think about the car?
I think for long distance driving is a very comfortable family car to sit in because even when I hit some of the road humps, it doesn't feel jarring. It's like I think Perodua engineers did a great job in tuning the suspension to filter out all those road shocks. And also in terms of acceleration, I find it deceptively quick. Like I wasn't even trying hard, and yet the car just gets up and go.
So what about any like misconceptions or concerns that some people have about a 3-cylinder engine? What do you feel about that?
I'm quite impressed by its 3-cylinder engine because I barely feel any vibration even at idling.
Okay, Sindhu, do you have any comments as the passenger?
Well, I think first of all, the seats are great. So I don't feel that there's no jerking during the humps, and Malaysian road. Rather than speed, we have to focus on how good the absorbers are. So I'm kind of comfortable on the passenger's one, and with our driver driving so smooth, I'm good.
Are you looking forward to driving the car?
Definitely.
Sindhu, anything else to share behind the wheel now that you've tried the Ativa?
Well, first of all, I love that the car's noise is kind of low, unless we are going fast, like around 100 km/h. Other than that, the noise is good, and the fact that like me, for a person who's short, right? I think most Malaysian girls can relate to me in terms of being short. So I like the fact that there's so much of leg room even when I'm so close to the steering. Usually when we go very close, the knee kind of hits the steering, or at least any part of this head unit, but it's good. I think in terms of Malaysian cars, especially those people who drive in traffic, we are so used to braking and moving. So I think this car with a good pickup and also a good brakes, a proper brake system. Yep, this is definitely a Malaysian's car.
And speaking about stop and go traffic, Arif, you wanted to say something about the start-stop, right?
Yeah, it's very smooth. I mean, like
Very quick.
Very smooth. Yeah, very smooth and quick. Like when it restarts, it doesn't like make you.
It doesn't jerk a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't jerk. Yes, it's not jerky. So if you're a type who either lives in the city or maybe your office in the city, stuck in traffic, Ativa's start-stop system is livable. And also as a passenger, the seat, I mean the seat is very comfortable. The leather seat is very
Supportive of the
it's very supportive, and also
vertebra.
very supportive.
Okay,
And
we've gone
also,
scientific.
it's very supportive, and then it hugs me in a way that makes me feel secured. Not
God, you just got so emotional with the car.
as a car guy, of course I have to be emotional about a car.
It hugs me in a way
Yeah. Yes, that's right. This Ativa hugs me in a way that makes me feel secure.
So overall, I think the Ativa does meet the criteria for our generation. We look for a budget car with a techie edge, and the Ativa models do tick all the boxes. And if you're willing to tip it up a bit, I would definitely suggest you to go for the AV variant. On a scale of a 10, I would give it an 8.
I think this car is a good practical car because first it has the spaciousness of a Myvi and an ASA across the range. I mean, given the kind of road that we have in Malaysia, it's really good, very comfortable. You won't have any complaints. So it's 9 out of 10. Good job, Perodua.
So there you have it, the Perodua Ativa as brought to you by our interns. Now I must say I actually agree with a lot of their points. This is by far the best Perodua I've driven in a long time. The powertrain is very refreshing, it feels very energetic on the move, and a lot of the features, the driver aids, they're not just there to make the brochure look good. They are genuinely useful in the real world. So all of that said, please be kind in the comment section. If you want to read the full review, visit topgear.com.my. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one.